you can always make more money, but you can't make more time. And so you really got to protect your time. Now, I'll give you a little secret, actually. This is something that I share for my own agents, my own team, but I'm in a good mood, so I'm going to share something that I think will be very valuable to you. And in terms of getting off-market deals, one of the most powerful strategies is to look for for lease or for rent ads. And you think, well, why would I look for rent ad when my client is looking to buy a home? Well, when you're looking at the classifieds or Kijiji or wherever they're listing, a private house for rent, you're typically going to get the owner on the other side of that phone. And so now you're talking directly to the owner. They're trying to save some money by listing it on one of these Kijiji or many of the for rent websites that are out there. And they're trying to save some money by renting it themselves. So now you're calling that for rent ad and you're asking, well, listen, I have a client that's looking in your specific neighborhood and would you consider selling? Now, and again, you are talking directly to the owner. So, this has been a huge benefit or strategy, I guess, for us as a team. It's been, it's available for anyone, but people don't do it, and we do. And it's worked very well for us. Now, that same philosophy, of course, we've used it in commercial real estate. And I'll take the example of, for simplicity, I'll use a simple strip mall, right? One floor strip mall, and there is a unit for lease. And we used to call those units for lease. And, they would tell us, this is the unit, this is square footage, this is the rent. And with that information, you can determine the value of the building. It's actually very straightforward to do so. If it is a net rent that they're quoting on their listing, on their ad, you simply apply that rent rate across the total square footage of the building, and you have your NOI. So, suddenly you can add a value to what is that property worth. Now, if it's a gross rent, then you need to ask some more questions. What is the property tax? What is the maintenance? What's the insurance? And what are the expenses, the utilities, garbage removal, landscaping, so on. And then you do a little bit of math and you'll be able to determine the NOI from there. So in the example where the ad is showing a gross rent, and this can apply to residential as well. If it's a house for rent, you need to ask those questions in order to come up with an NOI. And now you divide that NOI with the market cap rate, and you come up with a listing price. You come up with a price and a value that the house is worth or the investment property is worth. Now, why I'm going into this is, again, always in the mindset of saving your time. There's a lot of realtors out there that believe that, well, let me just get the listing. The house is worth $1 million, but they want 1.5 million. So I'll just take the listing at 1.5 million, and the sign is going to sit on the lawn, and that's good advertising for me. I completely disagree. What you're advertising to people is, I can't sell this house. I'm a realtor that can't sell this house. You don't want your sign on their lawn for 3 months, 6 months, okay? So I've always advised agents, don't take the listing if they're not going to do this math and agree with your math here and say that the value of the property is this. You're determining it based on market, you're determining it based on the current income of the property, or if it's a house, what your market evaluation is based on, then don't take the listing. Right, you're wasting your time, and it's bad advertising, and that's a philosophy that I strongly believe in. So in that, when you do find these off-market deals in the strategies that I've suggested, you also want to make sure that, well, a realtor will be excited. Wow, this seller owner has answered my call, and he's responded, and he's willing to meet with me. Everything Lijoy said I'm supposed to do. Great. Now you meet with him, and he has an unreasonable listing price for you to list it at. Again, I recommend that as a professional, as a respect for your own time, that you provide this research and you provide the math to the owner. And if they still don't go along with it, I recommend that you don't take the listing, and you move on to the next property. You still have an active buyer that's still looking in that specific intersection. Continue with the work, and don't waste your time with listings that aren't going to go anywhere.